Jenny here with Equity Real Estate Results. Hey guys! So we'll be starting a video series of educating you on the home and buying and selling process, as well as property management. This video is going to be a review on what is the buying and selling process of a home. So I want to give an overview of how and what you should be expecting. The items that we'll be listing are going to be individualized videos. So how do you start the process? To start the process of the home and buying process, you first need to contact your lender. The lender is the first person that you're going to contact. They are going to be able to see if you can qualify for a loan and a mortgage. They will tell you how much you can qualify for, depending on your debt to income ratio, depending on how much down payment you have, if you have enough money for closing costs, things of that nature. We'll be going more into details and actually going to be interviewing a mortgage lender on that one. The second thing that you do after you get the lender and you get a pre-approved letter, you contact me as your agent and as a realtor. And I will be the one to help you find a house. So we have house hunting, which can be the funnest of them all. But also take a note that you only want to be looking at about 10 houses at the most. Your realtor and me, I should be able to understand and grasp what you're looking for in a home. In the buying process, there's lots of tools that to be looking for, so you don't have to be on a whole bunch of other websites as far as KSL and Zillow and Renter.com and all these different websites that have to be involved. It makes the process a lot easier, but we'll go more into detail. If you're selling your house, there's also a way to find a greater market, to be able to find the best person to find your house. Statistics are those who actually use a realtor end up getting more money out of their house when they sell. But we'll talk about more of those details when that video comes. The third step in buying a house is putting in an offer. Finding a good balance with the offer that you're going to give. That's one of the most important things as a realtor, as I communicate with the other realtor in making an offer. It needs to make sure that it's a value that you can understand, and it's a value that you don't want to be overpriced, you don't want to overspend. But as a seller, you also don't want someone to be buying your property for less than it's worth. The next step is the inspection. Once the offer has been accepted by both parties, an inspection will happen because a lender requires it. And that's a good question to be asking lenders, and we'll go through the details of that. That lenders have an effect on this whole process. And as your realtor, we need to be in communication with that lender and what we can and cannot do. An inspection is one of those things that is required by most of our mortgage loans. An inspector is a professional that comes into the home and will inspect every square inch of that home. They will look at all the nooks and all the crannies, all the leaks and the shingles on the roof, and they will list everything in a 30-page document to be able to tell you the ins and outs of the home that you'll be buying. Now, as a buyer, you'll be able to find things that you want to fix. As a seller, you'll be able to fix some of those things, and that costs money. So we'll talk about those things of what would be important to be able to fix and what's okay that you don't need to fix. The inspector's job is to look at everything. That doesn't mean that everything needs to be fixed. The next step after the inspector is the appraiser. An appraiser is required for most loans as well, especially the FHA. An appraiser comes in and values the house according to the market and according to the value of the home. They don't look at prices are rising in the market, people are willing to spend over $10,000 on this home, but in reality, the appraiser says the house is actually only worth this much. So we'll go through some examples in the video of the appraiser, and if we can actually get a hold of one, we'll actually interview one. They're kind of difficult to get a hold of because they're very small and few in between. Those are very highly professional people, and we need to be able to consider them as professionals. So for example, if you put an offer on a house for $192,000, so $192,000, the appraiser came in and he says that it's actually only valued at $186,000. Well, your lender then says, I'm only going to pay $186,000. You either make up for that make on yourself with your own cash, your own money, not with another loan, or you lower that offer. That's what's really important, to have a realtor to be able to negotiate those things to make sure you can still get your home and the seller is satisfied with that price. The last one is closing. So once everything is said and done, all the documents been signed, then we go to closing. And the title company handles closing. We'll hopefully be interviewing a title guy who is fantastic, that I love, that handles all the documents. They are what we call title insurance. Title insurance protects the title of the home, meaning that it hasn't been foreclosed, it doesn't have a lien on it, and it doesn't have an encroachment or encumberment on it. What those words mean are things that we're going to go over. Very important to be able to understand that if the title is clean, then that's when you'll be able to move in. Typically, a realtor's job, before they even list the property, they need to make sure that there's a clean title. But sometimes you never know. So I also want to go over, so these will be the videos that we'll be going over. I'm very excited to be able to do this in the next month. I also briefly wanted to mention the things that are important of why you should hire a realtor. Why that's important. Realtors have to live up to a code of ethics that actually stands in court. So when you hire a realtor, you're hiring their legal stance to be able to protect you. Some of the things that they have to live up to in our code of ethics, this is just one little piece of paper, there's lots of other things that go along with this, is number one, care. We need to care about your circumstance. We need to care about what you want. Number two, we're obedient to our clients. We are obedient to whatever demand you need in the buying and selling process. So we will also give advice to what you need and what you can't have, but at the end of the day, it's your decision, it's your money, and it's your life. Number three, loyalty and confidentiality. We are loyal to you. You are a point of concern. We care and have loyalty to you. That's kind of a big deal. If you feel like your realtor's not loyal to you, have a discussion with them, because that's important. They're actually held up in that in court. Number four, accountability. We are accountable for our own actions. We are accountable for the knowledge that we give you. We are accountable to you. I want you to think about what that means. If we make a mistake, we will make it up the best way that we can. Hopefully, we don't have to, but we are accountable. And the last one, we fully disclose, which means if there's any information that you need about a property, as specifically as a buyer, if we know about it, we will fully disclose it for you. We will make sure that everybody's on the same page. And as on this piece of paper, one of the things it says, we protect and promote clients' interest while treating all parties honestly. So it's no brainer as to why you should hire a realtor. It's only going to protect you, guide you, and get you the best deal that you can without hardly any stress. Buying and selling a home can be stressful because it's a lot of money involved and it's a lot of life changes involved. But as a realtor, we will do our best as we keep your interests in mind. So keep in tune for the videos coming on all of these topics. I'm excited to dig into it. If you have any questions, leave your comments below. But let's get excited. Let's get started. If you have any personal questions or you're ready to buy or you're ready to sell, give me a call. Let's work together on this one, because right now, spring coming is the best time to buy and sell.